So if we start from the outside and work our way in, these are all the flexor group. Here is, you got to kind of follow the tendons. Right, here's the tendon for this muscle right here. This is the side of the ulna. This is the flexor carpi ulnaris. Right here. Right. You move in, you see there's a muscle deep underneath. We'll get to that in a minute, but we'll talk about the ones over it first. Follow this up. This muscle belly, follow the tendon up. It ends here on the palm. This is the palmaris longus.
Palmaris longus.
Yeah, it does this. Flexes the wrist. Next to that, follow the tendon comes up. It ends somewhere under the retinaculum there. This is the flexor carpi radialis.
Flexor carpi radialis.
So we have a flexor carpi ulnaris and a flexor carpi radialis. These three that we just said flex the wrist. Now underneath, so then you see underneath those tendons there is a broad muscle. That's the flexor digitorum. That's for the digits. Flexor digitorum superficialis. It helps to flex the digits.
Flexor digitorum
Superficialis. Because if you remove this, there's the superficialis. There's all superficialis, very broad. Those are the tendons for the palmaris longus and the flexor carpi radialis. That's all superficialis. But underneath that, there's another flexor. Okay, it would be this bit of muscle here going up underneath here. This is the flexor digitorum profundus. It's deep to the superficialis.
Flexor digitorum profundus.
Profundus and superficialis both give the powerful grip.
Okay.
The pollicis has its own. Right next to this here, flexor pollicis longus.
Flexor pollicis longus.
For the thumb. Flexion. Put these back in position. So then coming around to the other side here, once we get past a bit of the superficialis and the carpi radialis, then we come to, well, we might as well do the little V here as I was talking about. This is the pronator teres. It works along with a deep muscle up here, pronator quadratus, to pronate our hand. Pronate our hand.
Point to the pronator teres. That's the pronator teres.
Pronator teres right here.
And it works with the pronator quadratus.
Which is deep in here.
Okay.
Underneath the superficialis. Then we come to this one, again, this V. This one is actually not really part of this group that controls hand and finger. This is actually part of this group, meaning it does the same thing as the biceps brachii and the brachialis. This is the brachioradialis. And the brachioradialis is an elbow flexor. Brachioradialis. Then as we move around, now we come into brachioradialis, we come into the extensor group.
That's the posterior part of the
posterior, which is similar to the flexor group. Some of them have similar names, except instead of flexing, they extend.
And that was the brachio.
Well, this is the brachioradialis.
Brachioradialis.
And then you come into these guys. The tendon goes up and attaches here. This is the extensor carpi radialis, longus and brevis.
Extensor carpi radialis, longus and brevis. The longus is closer to the radialis. What is it called? Brachioradialis, yeah.
Okay. So then you come into a digitorum, and then you come into your ulnaris. So this big one here, coming up, following the tendons up into the fingers, this is the extensor digitorum.
Extensor digitorum.
Okay, it's extending these three. It goes to 1, 2, 3. There's a separate extensor for the thumb, the pollicis, and a separate extensor for the fifth digit, the pinky. Here's the extensor digitorum. So one extensor digitorum, there's two flexors, stronger grip than extension. Extensor digitorum. Right next to it, this little thin one, sandwiched between the digitorum and the ulnaris. This is the extensor digiti minimi.
Extensor digiti minimi, and that leads towards the pinky.
Yeah, that's this tendon coming off of the pinky here, goes to that muscle.
Okay.
Then you come to the extensor, it ends here, extensor carpi ulnaris.
Extensor carpi ulnaris, and that goes to the carpal.
Right, and that's right next to the flexor carpi.
It's right next to the flexor carpi ulnaris.
You hear an echo?
Just in case they don't catch you.
Extensor retinaculum.
Extensor
Holds
retinaculum.
all the tendons down in place. The flexor retinaculum holds all the tendons
Flexor
down in place.
retinaculum.
Okay. Back here, it's a couple of oddballs. Here's the anconius.
Anconius, that helps lock your arm into place.
Lock your elbow into extension. And then these guys for the thumb. And the thumb has its own muscles. Right? You have the apiductor pollicis
Apiductor pollicis
and the extensor pollicis.
and extensor pollicis. The adductor pollicis is, what do you call it? It's superior or more?
Well, this is the anatomical position.
Mm-hmm.
It's more lateral.
Well, both of them are lateral.
Well, I mean, one to
Like
the other.
the
This one is more
abductor
lateral than that.
is
More
closer to
lateral.
the top, though.
More lateral.
Oh, okay, more lateral. Okay,
Lateral.
okay.
This is more medial.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
One is outside the other.
Okay. All right.
All right, that's it.